Courtship is what we accept as being the proper thing because of religious understanding. I think both dating and courtship should do the same thing. They are doing the same thing. We just give it different names. That's what I believe.
I happen to have 3 ladies almost at the same time. You know, it wasn't like they came at the same time, but it was very close. You know, and then you were me. How would you go about?
Well,
I'd already gone about it on my way. I pursued 3 birds, I lost all, but that one is gone. Because for you to insist that you know what, this is the person.
You know, the truth is, this experience, people have testimonies of down to whatever their family said to them, and they are doing greatly well today. So also are people who have done what their families told them based on the information they gathered, and they are regretting it today. Everybody at the end of the day, you want thing behind closed door. You will speak to yourself the truth. There's one thing, except if you are at that point, even that you're alone, you don't tell yourself the truth. Yeah, then you're highly delusional. Courtship.
Hello, welcome again to another episode of Conversation.
Yes.
I trust it's been a very, very interesting time. We're back again.
Yes, we are.
Our conversations.
Yes.
How has it been for you, sir?
It's been very, very interesting for me, I must say that. Even personally, I've learned some things from what I said too.
Imagine.
That's very, very interesting. I've learned from it. I'm sure you will have learned from it too.
Me, I've been fed. I've been fed. It's almost like this is for me. Because even some of the questions I'm asking, they are questions that I didn't know needed to be asked. And some of the things you said too, they've been really, really good for me. So, on this episode, I want us to talk about something different. It is still related. You know, we've been talking about relationships, dating, courtship, marriage, and all. But today, I want us to discuss majorly on the topic of dating and courtship.
Okay.
You know, because I believe this is the first stage. You know, well, you let me know.
No, it's always the first.
It is indeed, because some people will argue, oh, it's not needed. Others would say, yeah, you should date. Some people would say, okay, courtship should come first, and then from courtship straight to marriage. Some people will even argue, you don't need to court. You need to look at the Bible now. Which courtship did Isaac and Rebecca do straight to marriage and all? So I want us to talk about dating first.
Okay.
You know, is it necessary or is it nonsense? Let's
all
start
right.
from there.
Okay. Thank you for that question. It's always an opportunity for one to lend your voice to such trivial matter that affect the society. Whether I would like to or not, it affects society.
Right.
So as to whether dating is important or not, I will, like I always do, I will dance to both ideologies and then give an opinion. It's always an opinion. I'm not a verdict giver. At the end of the day, people will do what they want to do. But just to give clarity, those that said dating is not important, I will say they have a point. And those that also believe dating is important also have a point. For instance, in dating, you have, quote and unquote, the opportunity for you to know the person if what you are doing truly is dating.
I think you should
define
dating
what dating should be. If it is dating, this should be the period of time where you guys are still getting to know there's an attraction, because before you can decide to want to go through the route of dating with someone, you must have a certain level of attraction.
Yes.
All right. So there must be an attraction, and then you want to get to know the person. Now, look at it. The subject matter is to know the person. That means it requires a lot of conversations.
Yes.
Not just the title, then you're doing something else. So it requires a lot of conversations, a lot of revelations. And it's from the angle of who is dating. Both parties should date each other. You're not in marriage, because in marriage dating is still expected.
Even in marriage.
Even in marriage, counselors will say you should still date your spouse, date you, because it is what brought you guys together in the first place. You shouldn't throw it away. I think if I'm to put into perspective, courtship is what we accept as being the proper thing because of religious understanding. I think both dating and courtship should do the same thing. They are doing the same thing. We just give it different names. That's what I believe. Because in dating, what should be the focus should be knowledge, revelations, acquisition of information from each other to determine what you want to do next with this attraction that you have.
Okay.
Because the fundamental is that there's an attraction. For the person to even accept to date you, you both have the same thing. You want to know. For instance, people have had attraction to each other, then they realize that their biological this thing will not make them compatible.
Okay.
SS,
genotypes
and all those things. There was an attraction, then you got to know something else
during the period of
dating. That if dating was done properly.
Okay.
Some will have gone ahead and then they are realizing, then they've gone too deep. That's why some people now say use faith. But sometimes some people are lucky, they truly use faith. Some just use the nomenclature to close out all accusation and all naysayers, and yet nothing was done. And then they got into trouble.
I know.
Do you understand? So if dating was really done the way it should be done, then dating is required. But you can't we shouldn't use the name, the nomenclature to now cover as to make yourself look like you're doing the right thing, yet you're not doing the right thing, because you still bite your finger along the line if you don't do the right thing at the beginning.
Wow.
Have I done justice to that?
We'll still push for more.
I'm all yes.
So from what you said now, dating is that period where it's basically the period where you learn about this person.
Yes.
You know, of course, there's an attraction.
Yes.
Now you want to get to know if this attraction should remain.
Yes.
Or maybe you should take it somewhere
You
else.
get to know from that point of dating if just infatuation, fantasies. You will define. It will help you if, like my fundamental statement, if you are doing the right thing in that season.
This right thing you're talking about. What does it mean?
What do I mean by that? If date like I said, dating should be basically about extracting information. Now the atmosphere and this thing that you do it, irrespective, dating itself should be you get information, not necessarily talking. In fact, you might be talking to someone. For instance, for me, you can do something without saying anything. I've learned a lot from you without you saying a word. I'll read your body language, your mannerism, what you're saying, what you're doing, how you're looking at people. I'm gonna read you. And from those things you're doing, or not, the things you say and not say, I'm extracting my information from you. That should be dating in itself. Not just to be covered by the emotion, and then you're just feeding the emotions and not getting logical with the emotion.
But some people will argue that I can do this as just friends.
Now,
So what's the difference between friendship, dating, and courtship?
like I said, all these are just names. You can't date someone that is not your friend.
Well,
Neither can you court someone that is not your friend.
true.
Do you understand my point? We're just putting names. You see, we should not be too structured. We should be purpose driven. Why are we in this phase? Do you okay? From time immemorial, it has been called different things. It was not called dating in the days past, years past, centuries past. Probably they still call it courting then. Maybe it might not even courting, they call it then. Or
So
sometimes, okay,
betrothed.
Yeah, because some people have been betrothed to each other from their childhood, but they come to play around each other's family. They come for the family functions. They are learning. Not only you, in fact, I would say this way: courtship is not even between you and the person. The family is involved. The family is watching the family too.
So that's courtship now.
Yeah, courtship. The family is, let's put away the name. What should be done fundamentally is to extract knowledge. In the times even before colonialism in our African setting, before you marry someone, your family, they have someone in the extended family who does the extraction of information of any family. The person has information of even the family tree itself.
Yeah.
I will say I have a family group that I know if I want to know any information about my family today, I will call that person. The person will give me the download. So some families still maintain that culture, or someone in the family who has information of the family. Now, certain family, they will have someone who can extract information. They know how to send people into their, like spies. They will go and learn about the family to now determine if our child can marry into that family. That's exactly what dating or courtship should be like. It's like you extracting information, not being covered by the euphorias alone. Extracting information, body language, how the person talk. If we do not do all that, and you get married, and then you shouldn't be surprised by whatever you get.
So people that have even ended up marrying their distant cousins.
That's the truth.
Now, my next question will be, at what point should I involve my family? I mean, as a guy, I have a responsibility to, like you said, extract information, even during the period of friendship, dating, or normal, whatever it is right now. So at what point should I now involve my family?
Okay. Is it the actual way it's being done, or because things have changed?
In those days, I hear that you just go to the father, ask for permission.
Yes.
You meet with the parent.
Yes. No, this time it's still being done.
Yeah.
Two people will get sense. Let me put it that way. Two people will get sense. You should still do that.
So you mean as a guy, I should first approach her
No,
father?
not first. She knows you. You know her. You guys have one purpose in mind.
Oh, okay.
You want to settle together. You can't just take someone's daughter, go and marry the person without proper decision. For to date, dating might not necessarily involve the family in this generation. But in those days, even before dating, the family will want to know you. But notwithstanding, even that generation, they still did themselves without the family getting to know them. Then the family now say, okay, you guys they don't want to investigate to see if while you are dating, someone in the family have known, and they're investigating the person. Then they tell you can't defend you, or you can't mind this person. For those who might not understand my language, they come and say, this is in their family, and bye on foul. You know all those things. Not to shame those who have that, but it's just what happened in that time that they will investigate. Even they go spiritually too to investigate those things. I mean, from the traditional setting, then they do all those things to know if they are compatible. But I do not encourage that these days because there's a whole world attached to you doing that. Particularly if you're a believer. I don't want to get into that today.
We're going to get into it. I'm going to get into it because once you involve your family now they are now stakeholders in this about to be formed union.
Yeah.
And really, like I said, you're the one who invited them in. Look, this is the person I think I'm liking. I want to, people should know. What information can you extract too from your, especially if you guys happen to be within the same locality where families know each other, they know history and all. Now, what if they come back with a piece of information or pieces of information that you feel that as a believer, something that you guys can agree and handle.
Okay.
But the family says, look, this thing is happening in their family or happens in their family. I don't have an example for now, but this thing is happening in their family. This is a problem or whatever. And then you're like, yeah, I know, but I'm a believer. She's a believer. It's something we can work on. Every other thing aligns. But this, how do you?
Yeah, I
remember you were the one that brought them in.
Yeah, I
and
understand.
They are trying to help you.
I understand. So at this point, I believe I will start from those of both that are in that position, the guy and the lady, they are matured. First, in this generation, in that time, you have no say. In that time, you can't. You have no say. They will dictate to you. You can't marry the person, and if you try that, they threaten with my shake with phone. And believe me, don't let me tell you, even when those parents in that time they did it wrongly, those things they say affect those people, except they come under higher authority, that's under the name of God. They're able to escape it. But truly, maybe that's another angle. So I'm entering so many doors. But if that is the case right now, that okay, they're not telling you because of you have brought them in to investigate the family, you ask them to investigate the family. That the information they tender to you, I believe in this generation, no family should force anybody into marriage or deter you from getting married. If you are okay with the information, I believe what they will do is present it to you. You have the choice to now heed to their, just like legal consultation. If you come for legal consultation, what we will do is to give you the angles to it, the issues you might encounter if you go ahead, the success of it if you go ahead with it. This is what so we'll give you all the playing ground. Now left to you to decide. We will give you our opinion, state it to you. You should not. But if you now decide to go against it, you can't hold us responsible not to have done our job to you. So you can't hold your family responsible not to have assisted, but you have gone ahead. But coming from the spiritual angle, even if they told you guys this are the thing, if you believe you can surmount that, love can conquer any battle. I hope you know that too. But that's not just love alone, but that you have a stern understanding of your standing in Christ. Some people who have a knowledge and they got into trouble. That you have a solid standing and you have the backing and the word from God to go ahead. I haven't gone back. The family have given information. I mean, it's the best way to handle it. You have got information from family. No matter how scary it is, you go to God with that information. If you have any, if you know how to hear from God, because that's another thing, that's another part of maturity. Before you can get into it, you must have. You know how to hear from God, then you know whatever you believe God has said to you. God will not, your family will not enforce you, God will not enforce you. At the end of the day, you have to make the decision. And if they are enforcing you, you are matured enough to make a decision for your life, because at the end, they won't be the one in the marriage with you. That's the basic thing. If you decide to go ahead, nobody's going to be in the marriage with you. It is you and the person. If both of you agree as to anything, scripture says, here on earth, they shall be what? Established to in heaven.
I don't think it's easy.
It's not always easy. Let me tell you, that's the crux of maturity. The crux of maturity is you will take an certain or several uneasy decisions. If you decide to go ahead, you should be ready to carry the cross. Do you understand? And you won't cry. Even if you cry behind closed doors. But no, that's the truth. See, there's a saying we have in our side. Mi ò lè wá kú kan kò lè jẹ́ you lè bàbá rẹ̀. Because if you say you don't want to die, you can't ascend to the throne of your fathers. Because you all know the Game of Thrones. How many battles went on there?
Yes.
You can't ascend into the throne without battles. If you want to get into certain things, you should be prepared. It should be ignorant or naivety of people for you to think you can enter into certain things without certain battles. You are wrong, ab initio already. You should know you enter into certain battles, then you'll be ready for it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Because now I'm thinking, if anything would make me want to go through that, then that relationship, that marriage must really be anchored on something.
Yeah.
And it can't just be love. Oh, do you think it can just be love?
We said in the last episode, love is enough.
Because for you to insist that, you know what, this is the person.
The truth is, this experience, people have testimonies of down to whatever their family said to them, and they are doing greatly well today. So also are people who have done what their families told them based on the information they gathered, and they're regretting it today. Everybody at the end of the day, one thing behind closed door, you will speak to yourself the truth. There's one thing, except if you are at that point, even that you're alone, you don't tell yourself the truth. Yeah, then you're highly delusional. Highly delusional. That's it. But behind closed doors, everybody will tell themselves the truth. As not you and someone alone, you will know the truth in your heart. But let it go. Someone let me know. Or thank God I did not listen to them. Is it that way too?
So at the end of the day, the
it's
ball is in your court.
It's in your court.
You make the final decision.
You make this final decision. Get on the information you want to get.
Amazing.
But you make the decision. That same thing with God. The most important thing to God on earth is that we be born again. As important as it was for God, He gave His only begotten Son. You can imagine God coming down to become flesh to die for humanity. Right? What is more easier for God to do? To compel the whole universe, the whole humanity to believe Jesus. It's very easy. But if God will not do that, God will not compel you to make decisions, even if He has advised you. He will only lead you and nudge you.
I mean, in some way, that's very liberating, because even God, as powerful, as all-knowing, as mighty as He is, still gives us this free
will.
So you should be able to stand your ground against whatever it is. Just know that at the end of the day, you'll be responsible for whatever choice. That's amazing. Thank you so much. So now let's move on into something else. This dating, courtship, this thing. Now let me share my own experience and conversations that I've had with people. How many people can I date at the same time? So let me paint a scenario for you now.
Okay.
I have a couple of girls, maybe 2 or 3 of them. They are all good, and of course, I want to get to know them. All I know about them is still peripheral. Mostly is really in depth. Now I want to get to know them. Can I date the 3 of them at the same time, or do I have to wait? I mean, do them one by one, and because I feel like since I haven't decided I wanted to marry them, anybody yet. I mean, I'm still checking, and I really don't know if the one that I'll go to first will match what I want. The things that it kind of things, like you said, the right kind. Inside the right kind, there's still the right kind, right? And then I said, okay, you know what? Let me date. That's what we call double dating or triple dating. But I'm trying to gather information. What do you think about that?
You want to be honest with you?
Yeah.
In the real sense of it, dating starts when there is mutual acceptance. She has accepted you. You have accepted her. When you're now dating many people and you want to be serious, not that you're just playing around, you want to philandra, I don't advise that to you. You are looking towards settling down. You should have known the right person to press further to get information. There must be something that must have dropped one of them, except you're not looking.
How will I know?
No, you will know.
I'm just getting to know them.
No. How long has it been?
I don't know.
It's a month already. Over 6 months already. Or about 6 months already. That's too long. You know why I'm saying that? See, you can't exert the same measure of resources. The depth of information and knowledge you want to have, you can't spread yourself too thin. You've seen like I said in the last episode, the right kind. And from the right kind, you've seen, okay, this looks like it. Something must have dropped this one, for me to now say I want to focus on this one. My perspective, my opinion is from the 3, there must have been something, either financial aspect, maybe the core of the understanding of certain things. Your own core values can be used to hear conversations Okay, let me be clear. There was somebody where even before I met my wife, because we dated for about 10 years, I was pushing to date the person. But at some point, while I was still we were enjoying each other's company, but I figured this person just cannot make decisions without consulting with either our sister or friends. That was a no for me. Because I won't have someone who has the opinion of the third voice for us to make decision in our relationship.
So I would don't know.
Yeah.
But then where does that there's a portion of the scripture that says in the multitude
Multitude
of
of
counsel
counsel.
there's wisdom.
In the multitude of counsel in a relationship is where both of you agree to the counsel.
Okay.
That's you can't have a third here, a third voice that is not both known, or even if not the voice that we both agree to, but that is known, that is accepted by both parties. You know, you can be taking counsel from someone. I know the person. If you guys are, she might know the person. Do you understand? You know the person. Do you understand? But not that both of you are there together to get the counsel.
Yeah.
But it can't be on every issue. You want to get counsel from a third party. Let me tell you something. Doing that, you are not building yourselves. From the beginning, when I met my wife, when I found my wife now, then in our part one, the only thing I had in my mind was I need time for me to settle down and be focused. I need Jesus time. In fact, people didn't, my kind of person then, they didn't believe that's what I would they call I don't want to get into details, but I knew in myself that it's just time has shifted on me, and it's time for me to focus. So truly, like you, then I had people I was looking into, but one way or the other, drop this, drop that for me to now. Until when I was now tired of all this, and I got narrowed down, someone down for me. This is destiny, and that's my wife today. Is it that we face challenges, but the truth is,
I happen to have three ladies almost at the same time. You know, it wasn't like they came at the same time, but it was very close. You know, and then well, we were friends. I was friends with them, so I've always had them around. However, it got to a point where I wanted to, I I wanted to be intentional. I pick one person and then. So the thing is, all of them are my kind of person, and I also happen to be within the bracket of their kind too. So that one was already settled. Now, there was one. Let's say A now. This lady A, I felt something really genuine that I cannot explain. Like, I think it is love. I can't explain it, but there's this genuine affection, love that I have for her. Even though she's not my type when it comes to physical features and all, but she's a very beautiful young lady. But she, I wouldn't naturally go after her, not because she's not beautiful, but because I have some other preferences. But every other thing does not matter with her because I feel this genuine love. I mean, I've had issues with her, we fought, but I always find myself willing to work on our friendship, on our relationship that we had then. Because there's this genuine love. I just feel something really, really genuine for her. So I feel like, maybe this thing is really true. Maybe this thing is real. So that's one. Then Lady B now. Lady B is also, I love her too, but it's not as strong as the first one. This one, my major problem with that was that thing you said about the person you wanted to date before you met your wife. You know, she just could not make decisions for herself. She always have to depend on other people, and I did not want it. I I didn't want that. Like, okay, how long are you going to continue doing this thing? Like, you need somebody's opinion before you can make decision for your life. She's always waiting on another person's opinion. She cannot decide.
That is not you.
It's not me. So I'm like, this will not work. So that one, so of course, that has already sowed this seed of doubt, because I can't trust you to make any decision. Even if you make any decision, I will start doubting because I don't know if it was really yours or you sought someone else, and I don't. So then Lady C, we had this connection, but it was more physical. Okay, now Lady B, now she's some. Let me grade this thing into three parts. So let's say Lady A had my heart. I've my heart. Now Lady B had my head because if I get married to her, she's really good. Just that she couldn't make decisions for herself. So just that part. But she's, very, very
Physically.
she's good. Everything is there,
Emotionally.
and she's what she's the kind of lady who, discussing all my plans in life. Most of my plans in life is something that she can relate to.
Okay.
So when we talk about broad topics, talk about business, talk about spirituality, talk about where you want to live, everything just tells. So she's someone that we can easily. But I have doubt. Like, this girl, I can't trust her. It's not trust. I can't trust her. Why? Because she doesn't seem to be able. She cannot decide for herself. She always has to seek other people's opinion. And the people you are seeking their opinion, I don't even think they are up to you.
I think the question is it trust or they don't feel secured?
It's the same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
I don't trust her.
That's not the word. You don't trust her that she'll be loyal.
She'll be loyal, yes.
Okay, that's
because
the issue.
you will always, you get something from it, and you always have to seek other people's opinion.
So if anything happens to another party, we hear about it.
They hear about it.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
So that one, but every other thing is there. We connect on so many levels. This A that I said, this A, I really love her, but we don't connect that much really, because I can be talking about this and she wants to talk about that, but I still love that girl. I can explain, like I said. Now, Lady C, we connect on some levels, but it's not as deep as Lady B, because I like to talk about businesses, talk about future, talk about children and all. It's not really, but the physical attraction is there, very, very strong. In fact, we cannot, as a matter of principle, I ensure that we do not remain alone, because we are very, very physically connected. That attraction is very strong. So now you can say, okay, one has the heart, one has the head, because thinking physically, I should go
and that
with
one has
the
emotion.
and the one has my emotion.
Okay.
So now,
that was the question.
if you were me now, how would you go about it?
Well,
I'd already gone about it to my will. I pursued 3 birds, I lost all. But that one is gone. If you were my case, how would you have navigated that?
See, you see.
And mind you, I didn't have anybody to speak to at that time. Our leader was a lady. Okay. And I didn't even think she was ready to even listen to that kind of thing. So I didn't have anybody to advise me on whatever. But everything just...
What really got me from everything he said is what he said last. The leader, you don't think is ready to hear anything. I think that should be the place I will start from. That whoever posits or has stature of mentorship or leadership over people should must always have the positioning for accessibility for any kind of conversation. Yeah, so as I was saying, what really caught me from everything you said is where you spoke about the leader that you had at that time, you're not sure we open for such conversation. That is the error. I mean, that's where um, the whole issue. That's where it persisted from. If you had someone that you're comfortable
Speaking to, yeah.
speaking to, expressing yourself to, and if that's the only authority figure that you had at that time, that's the issue. Because truly, if we had spoken at that time, I would have told you. Because as much as we look as though we are one being, we are three beings compacted into one. We have a body, there is a soul, we have a spirit, we are a spirit too. As we have a spirit, yeah, you are a spirit, you have a soul, and you live in a body. So do you understand?
Yeah.
And from every of the explanation, one ticked one.
Yes.
So, but what I think you didn't look out for is every one of them had other of these condiments, but you didn't just pay attention because you had other attraction. In every human being, one part of them will be more loud than the other. Does not mean they don't have the other ingredients in them. That's where many marriages have broken. You might have 80%, and because of the 20% you are not seeing in a man or in a woman, now think you will get it out there. Do you understand my point now? So could have, like I said before, find a kid of chunking them down to, because you can't date multiple people and give your whole attention. No, as men we are go getters. As much as we are go getters, we can't give our whole self to everybody. That is, there must be a goal. One, a woman can do many things at the same time. A man cannot really successfully do many things at the same time. For instance, our core purpose today is to be here having this conversation.
Yes.
I can't attend to many things doing this at the same time. So it's just the way. So we could have just narrowed it down to one. They don't have to. That's the issue. We don't have the understanding of. We're not trained in the understanding of identifying little things that you need to water to grow. We are looking for perfection. There's no perfect being. There's no perfect being. Just like you said, you were chasing three, and you lost all. So because all of them are good. If you spoke concerning them the way you did, they are all good. They all tick the box.
Yeah,
But you were the one that failed
Actually.
in identifying which should pour, because they all. I mean, from what you said, I may be wrong. They left. Not that you broke up.
Everything is scattered.
Everything. Yeah, they left because why? You failed in that because eventually they realize you're not giving your all as expected, and you are unable to give your all because you have a portion of this from one person, you have a portion of this from another person, you have a portion of this from this other person, but you are unable to concentrate what you could have given to all. You've spread it, and they are not satisfied with it. Eventually, it will show. Eventually,
Already, if you were to advise me to pick one, which one would you have said? Okay, you know what, go for this. Since
go for
she
the
already
one that
asked
has
this.
understanding. You said one could, you could discuss your plans and everything.
That's big.
Because attraction can change, body will change, emotions will change, but the one that has understanding, you have a stronger anchor with understanding than emotions and body.
Funny thing is, I had almost everybody that were around us then. They actually wanted me to go for this same one that you spoke about. In fact, they thought we were, you know, like, look on how is it going? Like, there's nothing really much going on between us. But just to buttress your point, people actually thought or wanted me to go for that one. But just that doubt, you know, that was why.
Sometimes, see, the truth is, you can't have the full clarity to step into something meaningful. Let it be at the back of your mind. Maybe you should work on other things. If you're waiting for the full clarity to step into anything meaningful, you wait for a long time. There will be a part of you stepping on waters. whether you're a believer or non-believer. In fact, I believe non-believers understand the concept of stepping on waters more than believers. And that's the truth. Unbelievers understand the concept of stepping on waters more than believers. Because you don't have the full picture. Sometimes you just get into it. You just check basic things that you need to, that are fundamental. All right? Once the basic things are clear. For instance, if I was the one, I would have gone for that one that we can talk about plans, because that's where it's everything you want to do must come from conversation. Even the I love you or getting to dating, it was conversation. You felt a feeling that is not communicated cannot birth anything now. Have you to hear stories of someone who was nursing a feeling for someone, and you just step into the show? You have communicated, you have taken over, and the person says, "And I'm liking the person." No, you are liking does not mean you made a move now. Sometimes that's one of the things that people are not, believers are not well trained in that aspect, in making moves, even when it's not clear.
So how would you have advised that I undo that thing that I said I didn't like about her? How she always sought third parties, couldn't make
In my own case,
herself,
I shared about earlier. The person didn't see that something wrong, dismisses that fact.
Oh, you brought it up.
Yeah.
I never
If this person, that's why I made reference to that first. You never, for once, try to communicate.
I just expected.
You don't expect. That's the issue. That's another thing in relationship. Don't build expectation that was not communicated. No. Not only just communicated. Sometimes you are communicating something someone does not have the capacity to. Something that has been communicated. And if the person needs help in being able to, you must be ready to water that person to be able to do it before you can lay any expectation. You're going to do a disservice to that relationship if you are laying expectation on something that someone does not have capacity to do.
Now this now leads me to my last question.
All right.
Questions around red flags. People say, "Oh, red flags. That one is a red flag. That one's a red flag. This one, no. Are they really red flags or just misunderstanding?" Using my case now as an example, I saw that as a red flag, or it's like you don't see it as a red flag.
It's a misunderstanding.
Now I want you to speak on it generally now.
On red flags.
Red flags.
The truth is,
are they red flags, or are they just miscommunication or misunderstanding?
Now, before I can talk about red flags, I'm being particular. As much as I want to be general, because what is general sometimes might not be important. What is important to you on a general scale might not be important to me when it comes to general scale. When it comes to a particular scale. Do you understand? Now, the truth is, red flags exist. Why do I say that? This is my own understanding. If you do not stand for something, you will fall for anything. That is, red flag simply means you having a standard. And if the standard is not, when I mean standard, I'm not saying you now build skyscraper and expect someone to be as tall as the skyscraper before you can say that person meets your standard. No. I'm saying the little things. Like I said, if I were in your shoes, I would have gone for the one that has understanding. That we can communicate freely. Do you understand? As to the one that I'm attracted to physically and the one that maybe emotionally, I'll go for the one that we can click and discuss what matters and what doesn't matter easily. Do you understand? Not to say that, let me give you an angle. Even with the red flag that we'll say today and the green flags, some things are just for me like an abuser is a red flag. That one is general. You will know. That's why I said you can't go into a relationship or dating blinded. The common saying, love is blind, but marriage will be the eye opener. You understand?
Yes.
So love is blind, but marriage always opens people's eyes. You can't enter into a relationship or dating blind, because if you do, your eye go clear. That's one. You must have standard. You must have something that you can. For instance, the same thing you're talking about, another person can actually go for the other person that is just emotion. I'm just advising based on my own. Another person might have another opinion and say, go for the one that is spiritual. You understand? But I believe fundamentally we are first human. As much like we are first in this world, the way you give birth to anybody, I mean my son, my daughter, my sons, my daughter, they are first human being that I am training and teaching spiritual ways.
Yeah.
I think we should have that concept. It will ease us from unnecessary pressure. You are first human being trying to navigate spiritual journey. For that, having said that, as a human being, what can you take? What can't you take? What can you adapt to? What can't you adapt to? Those things. That's what we call red flags. Because if you don't have anything, some people actually, funny enough, some people can be there that they don't care. But they'll just have one. And that one thing, if you are not doing it, is a red flag to them. So there's no general this I would say, but that basic thing, for instance, if the person is an abuser, don't whether male because many women are abusers.
Yeah.
So that's the truth. The person is an abuser, person is very disloyal. The person cannot stand for you. I'm not mentioning the surface thing, deep things. You see, let me chip this in. Before I knew I would go with my wife, one of the things I said is I'm looking for someone who can grow with me. And that's what we've been doing. I was looking for somebody who can grow with me. That means I knew what I wanted. We are ready to grow together. In that growth, are we going to make mistakes? Yes, we will. But the commitment is we are ready to grow towards a goal together. We had other things that was in my list that we both clicked together. Now, having said that, if I now look for someone, if I leave that my basis, what I said, I'm not looking for someone who is ready made. I've missed the mark. And there's no human being that is ready made. There are red flags, yeah, but I would say as much as red flags are important for you to note, if you have not defined your own standard, I'm not talking about you saying 6 figures, 6 digits, 6, all those things will make you and maybe actually make you an antichrist. So not all those nonsense I would say. But make it minimal and another fundamental thing, are you both teachable? Because the end point of dating should be marriage. I believe so. It should be, but not all dating ends in marriage. Because so if you are walking into it without marriage in your mind, you just came to chop and go, which is bad. So the end point should be marriage. That means if you're entering into the dating scene, you are entering into it towards marriage. In marriage, you will experience many curves. Many that life will not warn you about. So are you ready to be teachable? To navigate the curves together? Because that teachability, I believe, is one of the things you must hold high. Spirituality, teachability, financial literacy, one of you must have it. Yeah, one of you must have it. Okay, I told you, I think it was the last episode before episode, I said, when we were on campus, my wife was the one managing our finances. She was the one managing it to the food we eat every week and everything. She has the management. When we got married, she was still at some point, I grew. Now, I'm a manager. I can manage it. Not that she does still have the skill, but I had to grow.
Yeah.
I had to learn. I had to grow fast. Do you understand my point? So one of you must have something that person doesn't have, so that you can complement each other and you can learn from each other. Then grow.
Wow. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I mean, I wish I had someone like you then.
Awesome.
Because looking back, I think I really made a few mistakes,
Yeah.
here and there. Like I said, trying to pursue 3 bets.
You're gonna
with a
lose
stone,
all.
and then I lost all, to be honest.
Yes.
Now, the thing is, now, after them, it now became difficult. Why? Because I had all 3 in 3 places. And I'm looking for all 3 in one. So, amazing.
Like, and that will limit, and that's what I'm gonna make. There is time for everything. And everything there is season. Not to say time has passed.
Definitely.
But there's always a good time to make certain decision easy. I believe that. I believe there is people have had good marriages outside the campus. Yeah. People have had good or worse marriages from campus. But I believe if you are on campus and you are, of course, the next phase of life is for you to now face life seriously.
Yeah.
One of the things that should be in your mind is my partner. It's not necessarily you have to pick someone from campus. You must determine to use campus to either grow yourself. If you are growing, like I will always say, it is about you. There will be internal recognition system that is telling you what to do. That is the leading, the nudging, the conscience, the leading of the Spirit for those who are born believers, who are born again, who have received the the Spirit, and have strong fellowship with them. You will know it is the compass of your life. You will know when it's time to. Like in my own case, I knew it was time for me to focus and start building towards my life outside school. Everything I'm doing today, those who know me will say it. Everything I've done outside campus, I've always said it. I've always been known with it on campus. And that's not because I just was deliberate, intentional. That was it. Everything I'm doing now, I've been known with it then.
I've always known you would do these things.
And I've been known doing it then.
Wow. So there you have it. I mean, we can't take out intentionality in these things. You have to be intentional about it.
Yes.
You have to approach dating with intention. You have to be intentional about it. Because, like you said, your dating should have an end goal in mind. And that end goal should be marriage.
Yeah.
And there's no way you do that without being intentional about it.
Yes.
So, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This has been an interesting episode, really. It has been an interesting one. I trust you guys have had an amazing time.
I've had an amazing time here myself. I enjoy doing this. Thank you.
Please join us on the next episode when we discuss further. I have more questions to ask, more things to talk about.
Yes.
See you at the next one.
Ensure you give us your comments, your opinions, what you think, what you disagree with, and what you agree with. We want to hear you. Questions that you have, we might be able to attend to them in the next episode of the video. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And subscribe to our channel, please. Thank you. I have some spiritual authority over me, which my wife can call on to, and they will scold me. They will get me aligned, share me different perspective that will make me come out from whatever it is that I have in my mindset.
Which is stronger than just a friend.
There were people before you in your lineage, 100 years from now, do you even know their names? Can you understand my point? But I found some families that 100 generations down, we still know their name. Those people were, like I always said, believers were the one that were most uninformed, unintentional. Sometimes I wash the plates in the house. Sometimes it's my wife that is doing it. But you will not expect me to wash plate outside the house. Do you understand?
Okay.
When I have my wife there. I don't want to do, no. I know I'm a good man to my wife. My wife should know I'm a good man to her. I know my wife is a good woman to me. She knows she's a good woman to me. I don't have